stream going, so I'm gonna go live. We are live, Ryan.
Okay, well, here we are on YouTube. If you were there for our last stream, sorry, we're starting again. I'll be really quick this time. If you weren't there for the last stream, then it really doesn't matter. Today we're doing the Kinks. The album is Arthur. It's a concept album. We don't know anything about the album. We don't know anything about the band, the Kinks. We know a couple of their songs, like You've Really Got Me. This is a Patreon request from Richard. We really are grateful for this. If you're joining us live on YouTube, welcome. If you're joining us after we are streaming live, welcome. If you're joining us on Discord, welcome. All of those things are available in the in the description below. I will be very careful not to push the wrong button this time.
And if he does push the wrong button, goodbye.
Well, just sit tight. We're gonna try something because this is live at the time of this recording. If something happens, Nathan's going to pause the stream. So don't go anywhere. We're going to see if that will work, that we can pause the stream and get us back up again. So just give it a couple of minutes while we troubleshoot. Worst case scenario, Nathan will just have to edit and make it a video. So Nathan, I don't see the stream though. Do you got the stream available? For the music itself.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's okay. So yeah, if you want to have us professionals review your album or choice, come to our Patreon or PayPal, and we'll do that for you. So here we go. We know this is a concept album. We are not an informational channel, so we don't know anything else about the album. So please, in the comments, give us some information, but be kind. We don't know anything. We're just literally listening to the album for the first time, like one would have back when this came out, and they'd be like, "Oh, I like this or don't like this," and that's what we'll do. We don't overreact. We just kind of just, hey, we like this or we don't like that. And we don't stop the songs. We talk about it after the song. So if you're new to our channel, that's how we do things. So here we go.
Well, a comment that I wanted to make that I made when you got shut down was the title is Arthur bracket or the decline and fall of the British Empire.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm curious about that. Obviously, these guys are, well, not obviously, but I'm guessing they're British. So
they're German.
Just like rub it in their face.
Yeah.
We lost the war, but the British is falling apart. Okay.
So we should say this is their 7th studio album, and it came out in '69. That's, to me, crazy that they already had 7 albums by the time 1969 rolled around. So, well, they were well into their career, I would say, with 7 albums. And not only that, I guess as a band, you would start getting into the groove of yourself as a band. And also, according to the review scores for this album, all very high, Nathan. Like, almost like perfect scores from like the big name aggregate reviewers out there. So that's
okay.
Yeah, I might explain why this Richard asked us to listen to this. So here we go. This is song 1, side 1, and the first song is Victoria, which is the name of the city that I live in, actually.
Yes.
If you want to dox me, here.
Name of the city that I wish that I lived in.
Yeah, well, I wish he was here too. Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Sex was bad, called obscene, and the
really hear the Beatles in that chorus.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Big influence back then, of course. Oh, a little solo going on here. All right.
Nice.
All right. Nice. What a great way to start this album. This was their third single from this album, but the first track on the album. I was not expecting that guy's voice to be low, and I kind of liked it. It was a lot lower than I don't know what I was thinking, but it was a lower tone than I was expecting.
Yeah. I guess I just, as I was listening to it, I'm like, wow, there's like so much Beatles influence in this, like similarities, even some of the guitar tone and the speed of everything. My guess is that these guys had to distinguish themselves from the Beatles along the way.
Probably, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, and I know what you're saying about the Beatles. I mean, that was the sound of music back then. That was kind of like music, like bands when they were playing. From the Stones, I mean, that was a big thing back then too. Stones versus Beatles and all that stuff. So that was all the dialogue back then. Like who's the band that can take the Kings out, so to speak. But in our Discord, it was actually said that one of the reviews for this album was that the Beatles have some catching up to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that right now with the song. I mean, that's a great song. We're off to a great start.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Good insight.
All right. Okay, yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, sir, no, sir. 3 bags full. Remember that song? That poem?
Yes, sir, no, sir.
Yes, sir. 3 bags full. One for the master, one for the. All right. Or like a kind of like a military march sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir, no, sir. Where do I go, sir? What do I do, sir? What do I say? Yes, sir, no, sir. Where do I go, sir? What do I do, sir? How do I behave? Yes, sir, no, sir. Permission to speak, sir. Permission to breathe, sir. What do I say? How do I behave? What do I say? So you think that you got ambition? Stop your dreaming and your idle wishing. You're outside and there ain't no admission to our play.
I like the horns in there.
Yeah.
And you'll be happy with the back of the fan. Just stop again. Do what I say. Do what I say. Never yes, sir, no, sir. Where do I go, sir? What do I do, sir? What do I say? Yes, sir, no, sir. Permission to speak, sir. Permission to breathe, sir. What do I say? How do I behave? What do I say?
Oh boy, they're really.
Doesn't matter who you are, you're there and there you are. feel that they're important to the cause.
He's changed his voice to answer the question.
Yeah.
Get a different character.
It's like, yeah.
Give the scum a gun and make the bugger fight.
It's like Officer and NCO.
Shot on sight. If he dies, we'll send a medal to his wife.
Well, I've got some thoughts, Nathan. As you can imagine, I'm in the military. I'm a Navy member, but so I'm not Army. This is talking definitely about Army personnel in World War II. But the idea of permission to speak, sir.
Maybe World War One.
I think it's 2. I think we just got in the live Discord chat that. Oh boy, where was one big plot point of this album? Is that Arthur Morgan's brother died in World War One? Okay, my bad. Yeah, World War One. Okay, there you go. So it's just this song spoke to me. The whole idea of when you're in the military, and I will say this very carefully. Just the idea, like I have to watch what I say. Like it's just like whether I'm wearing the uniform right now on a YouTube channel or if I'm at work, because you're constantly
under a microscope.
And so there's some days I can't wait till I retire and I can be full blown on this channel, go blah blah anything I want. But not really. But it's just that the idea that you really are beholden to the rules and regulations, and and when people are a higher authority than you, it's almost like permission to speak freely, sir. And I've actually or whatever rank is above me, and I've used that in my career. Can I just say what I want to say like a normal human being and not like a military member, please?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I mean, as a teacher, it's not entirely different, right? As a teacher, I'm under a microscope all the time. I have to watch my P's and Q's, and there's certainly times when I look forward to being retired and I can say, like, you want to know what I really thought of you?
Stand by for that one. Nathan and I retire in 6 years, right? All right, the next song, Nathan, is called "Some Mother's Son." Oh boy, probably somebody died.
Yeah, I just wanted to say before we moved on, this song, because I was picking up on the World War One theme there because of that idea of deserters shot on sight. That was a World War One tactic. That what the? And I disappeared.
Oh, he's back in.
What happened?
I have no idea. We're still here. Did you get kicked out this time?
Yeah, I got kicked out too.
What is going on? Is somebody like hacking our channel?
I don't know.
Kicked me out. Start your camera again.
Okay. Oh, I gotta clear the screen there.
Fine. All right. Well, I'm still here.
Okay.
You gotta bring up the stream again, is all.
Yep.
And you were saying something about. Yeah, someone just said it's the ghost of Arthur's brother. It's weird. This is the weirdest thing. You and I both got kicked out of this. Somebody's hacking us. Anyways, keep going.
What was I talking about?
I don't know. It'll come back.
World War One.
World War One. Bolts. Dead people. It'll come back.
Spanish flu.
Anyway, let's go. COVID. Oh, now we're going to be canceled. Okay. All right.
Okay, let's just move on to the next one.
Oh, I was right. Yep, somebody's dead.
Some other sun lies in a field. Someone has killed some other son to today. Head blown up by some soldier's gun, while all the mothers stand and wait. Some other son ain't coming home today. Some other son ain't got no grave. Two soldiers fighting in a trench. One soldier glances up to see the sun and dreams of games he played when he was young. And then his friend calls out his name. It stops his dreams, and as he turns his head, a second later he is dead. Some other son lies in a field. Back home they put his picture in the frame, but all dead soldiers look the same. While all the parents stand and wait to meet their children coming home from school. Some other son is lying dead. Somewhere, someone is crying. Someone is trying to be so brave, but still the world keeps turning. Though all the children have gone away. Some other son lies in a field, but in his mother's eyes he looks the same as on the day he went away. They put his picture on the wall. They put the flowers in the picture frame. Some mother's memory
Man,
Wow.
this is a great little snapshot. So much of the 20th century was trying to figure out what to do with war, and like, it's like, what do we think about this? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and you know, World War One really, I mean, it was brutal, but the stories just didn't come out enough, and it wasn't told enough. World War Two was equally as brutal, if not in more ways than World War One, and those stories just weren't making it into the regular homes. And so it's interesting. I think that's part of the strategy here with this song, is to go like, here's some of that reality. And then even in our time, these are all my thoughts as I was listening.
These are my thoughts that you're transferring from my brain to you.
What are you talking about?
These are my thoughts. Yes, of course these are your thoughts. You're doing a great job.
I'm going to keep going here. So
yes, please.
When we were teenagers, you know, the anti-war stuff that we were listening to was things like Metallica.
Right.
Yeah. And that was kind of the more angry kind of version of this, right? And I was just thinking, like it's almost like that message still didn't quite make it. It did, in the sense that, you know, a lot of people protested the wars in the 60s, and it did start to become, hey, like, what do we actually think about this? But yeah, I would say these days, I think we try to avoid war at all costs. You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's a last resort. But
and again, go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
But I was going to say, as a military member, again, I don't want to bring that up too much during this, because it should go without saying. I've brought up once. I'm still a military member by the end of the video. But I've always said I would love it if we ran out of work to prepare for. Like if they came back and said, well, it turns out we just don't need a military. Great. Fantastic. I'll go flip burgers at McDonald's. I don't care.
Yeah.
But coastal defense and peacekeeping is still a mission in Canada and blah, blah. And it's just too bad we have to have that. So I'm all for peace, man. I would love to be out of a job if there was no war or threat of security. I would love it. It'd be great. What I loved about the song really quickly before we move on to the next one is, of course, the message. I love how it says someone's mother's crying. We have no indication of which side of the battle that's on. It's just someone's.
Good point. Yeah. That's a good point. It's not necessarily the British Empire, even though that's the title.
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the next song?
The next song is called Drivin', and I believe this was actually the first single from this album. So I also want to say Ray Davies, he seems to be the author and the band leader of this album. He wrote all the songs according to what we've seen so far. This is their 7th studio album, and he's 25 here.
Oh boy.
25, Nathan.
It's very interesting.
That's young. That's young. I mean, that's 21 years younger than us. Like, that's just young to me. A 20-year-old doing all this composition and writing. I don't know. I find that young because my oldest son is 23. Like, in theory, he'd be working on his, 5th studio album at 20. I don't know. I'm blown away by the ages of these guys. I don't know. It's just weird to me. That's young to me to have your 7th studio album, and this is your, big opus record here. So
maybe this will help put it in perspective. This was extreme. This was like the rage. It was all the rage to start writing and composing and making music during this time because it was a big, it's prolific. These days, you got teenagers making YouTube videos that are going crazy with it. Way earlier than 20s, right? Some kids are 10, 11, 12, and they're making, thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah. We're a couple of middle-aged men with 20 views. All right, let's keep going. This is the next one. Yeah, Drivin'. This is the first single from the album.
Oh, okay.
Drivin'.
Let's see if it's a driving tune.
Seems like all the world is fighting. They're even talking of a war. They told the Russians and the Chinese and the Spanish to the fighting. The sun is shining. We're going driving. Drop all your work, leaving behind. Forget all your problems and get in my car and take a drive with me. The sandwiches are packed, the teas and the flowers, plenty of beer, gooseberry tarts. So take a drive with me. Take your brother if you want to. We'll have a picnic on the rocks. Forget your nephews and your cousins and your brothers and your sisters. They'll never miss us, 'cause we'll be driving.
I like that.
They're palm muting the guitar.
Oh. Okay, I see it. Right.
But they'll never find us, 'cause we'll be driving.
I can see why they released it as a single, especially the first single, because so far the songs before this are kind of, I would say, dreary. But the subject matter has been pretty dark. I mean, one of the lines was talk about guy's head getting blown off with the soldier's rifle. So I mean, this is a dark album in the sense it's the subject matter is again not depressing, but war is depressing. I mean, you get mother son and all this stuff. I mean, it's about death and war, and this one has a little bit more of that. You know, it's an upbeat song. You want to get this on the radio. It's invite people to buy this album. It's it's about driving, but again, the subject though is about driving before crap hits the fan. They're trying to have one last moment together before the stress and anxiety of war. It's on people's lips. People are talking about it, but it's like, let's just go drink some tea with gooseberry tarts and have a couple beers and have a picnic. Forget the kids. Yeah, don't bring the kids. The kids will just ruin it. It's very true. Leave the kids. Yeah. So, yeah.
My guess is that this, like the producer or the promoter, whoever, looked at the album and was like, "Oh, this is pretty dark. Let's put that one on. That one's less like controversial." Maybe it's just my guess. Yeah. I mean, the other songs were like musically better, if that makes sense.
They were. This was a little bit like, again, yeah. This was a radio play song.
Yeah, safe to play on the radio. Yeah.
Safe, yeah. Agreed. All right. The next one is. Sorry, Nathan. I thought I had it ready. I'll just hit play. We'll see what it is.
Let's figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Brainwashed.
Oh yeah, love that name. That's a group. I'll be very, very interested to hear the lyrics to this song with that title.
Looks like a real human being, but you don't have a mind of your own. Yeah, you can talk, you can breathe, you can work, you can stitch, you can sew, but you're brainwashed. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Get down on your knees.
Great backing vocals here.
There's the horns again.
All right. Kind of punkish.
Yeah.
You've got a job and a house and a wife and your kids and your car.
I like it when he sings low.
Yeah, you can wish you could think what they want you to think, that they're happy to be where you are. Yes, you are. Get down on your knees. Get down on
Yeah. Good call on the punk.
Yeah, they're definitely bringing it here.
Almost like a little bit of ska even.
Yeah.
Or you'll let me kick you around and push you around till you can't take anymore. So then you're just a step of dirt, but you don't want to get up on the floor. Stay, you're just brainwashed. They give you social security, tax saving benefits, and golden maturity. Yeah, you're content just to be what they want you to be and to do what they want you to. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Get down on your knees.
All right. So I got a couple thoughts. I don't know why we say that. I hate it when people say that. I would just like to say something. I'm about to say something, so I'm going to open my mouth and cause sounds to come out of my mouth and say something. Anyways, just say it. You don't have to announce. You don't have to announce that you're about to say. You're about to hear the words coming out of my mouth, Nathan.
Please continue.
Okay, sorry. I apologize. I think the Kinks, they're kind of like, you mentioned the Beatles, and I want to stay away from that because we know that this is the same time. Both bands are around. And I think the Beatles at this time were near the end of their 10-year whatever career as a band. So they were. I would assume there was some competition. And I was speaking about the lower voice. I think that's because we heard Ray sing a little bit higher here and there.
Yeah.
I think it's a conscious choice to sing lower. I think it's to separate that sound from like the Beach Boys and the Beatles, that higher pitch sound. This is a darker, at least this album. I don't know their other stuff, but I think this is a darker album in the sense this is heavier.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine people that were fans of the Beatles would put on, or familiar with the Beatles, would put on the Kinks, and they would say, "Hey, these guys are a little bit heavy, man. Like, forget those, those beepity bop Beatles. You want to hear some real music and some real chords, man. You want to come to the Kinks, because I feel like that's what we're hearing here is that choppier chords, punk sound. He's doing some talk speaking, singing, and then it's just the concept album. I mean, this is no Yellow Submarine. This is a real concept album.
Well, to a certain extent, you kind of took some of the words out of my mouth, because I see this like version that we're hearing of music as a bit of a missing piece in a puzzle that we don't have all the pieces to. Like we think we know how we got from Beatles to
the Ramones, maybe
the Ramones or whatever, but we don't really. And this feels kind of like a piece of that puzzle of the progression. It's kind of neat to see this evolution, I guess, just from our perspective, who are really very ignorant and don't really know all this stuff.
We don't know anything. We actually don't know anything.
No.
Let's make that clear. We're just brainwashed too.
Yeah, we're brainwashed.
All right, so Nathan, the next song, that was great. I love that song, by the way. I love it.
I wanted to finish. I like horns in music. I like that in the last album that we did. Cake, and when they would bring the horns in, and it came in at a good time there, and I like it when it comes in. It's not like part of the song from the beginning and you don't notice the horns. I like it when it comes in and fills a hole. I just set you up for that one.
I don't know why that's funny. I apologize. Okay. The next song is called Australia, Nathan.
Yeah, let's go fill some holes in Australia.
That doesn't even make sense. Now you're just...
Opportunities are available in all walks of life in Australia.
Some holes in my understanding of...
If you're healthy, why not get a boat and come to Australia? The chance of a lifetime. You get what you want.
Nobody has to be any better than what they want to be.
No class distinction, no drug addiction.
Nobody's got a chip on their shoulder.
We'll surf like they do in the USA. We'll fly down to Sydney.
That's their Beach Boys. I think they're doing a little Beach Boys stuff there.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Like as a mock almost, like mocking it a little bit. Talking about surfing. It's a very fun song.
No one hesitates, a life or beats around the bush in Australia. So if you're young and if you're healthy, why not get a boat and come to Australia?
Sure, come on down. Just jump on a boat.
Australia.
You gotta wonder if, like, the Australian government was like, hey, could we use that to promote Australia?
Nah, no kidding.
Everyone walks around with a perpetual smile across their face.
I think this is tongue in cheek, though. I think this is tongue in cheek.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone gets around, and nobody can ever get you down.
We'll surf like they do in the USA.
Oh, we're not even halfway through the song. We're finished the lyrics.
Crazy. That's weird.
Down to Sydney for a holiday. On sunny Christmas Day. Australia.
Oh, jam session.
Yeah.
The keyboard's going. Horns coming and going.
Yeah. Sax.
Saxophone. Yeah.
Australia.
Australia. Australia. They're just saying Australia.
Yeah.
Australia. I wonder how much of this was improv jam, or did they actually compose this?
Right. Ooh.
I had that with that
Some
one
wah
song.
wah pedal in there.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Wow. That was a great jam. Loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of said things during the actual session, but I wonder if that was improv jamming. But they definitely were throwing in stuff like the singing, and so it probably was composed. I would say maybe it was a result of a jam session, but
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't help thinking, because it's a song about Australia, that maybe, well, I don't know. I wonder, Australia sort of rises above itself, if that makes any sense. And I don't know when that happened. Australia's had a troubled past. They're often, kind of looked down on by the British. Not these days as much, but certainly back, mid 1900s, as like, oh yeah, they talk funny, and they kind of like
right.
seen as like, oh, it was just a criminal colony for a long time, and it's like a long-standing joke about Australia. And Australia's had to like really like rise above that, and they absolutely have. There's so much good music and culture that comes from Australia. A lot of bands that we really like are from Australia, and I wonder when that shift happened. I don't. And it's not going to be this song that did it, but it's there's a shift when it's kind of like they stop kind of being like, Britain's little brother, and they start becoming themselves. So that was my thoughts.
No, those are good. Those are good thoughts, and I think this song, we talked about it during the song. I think it's tongue in cheek. So I wonder if during this recording, things maybe between Brits and Australians weren't kosher, so to speak. It's kind of like, oh, everything's so great in Australia. They have it all figured out down there, way down yonder. And I think the idea might be, I could be wrong here, is here's Britain fighting these wars. They're in the thick of this stuff. You know, they're keeping the world peace and losing people and sons are being lost to these wars. And you're just, everything's cool in Australia. They got they're fine down there. They're doing good. They're doing good. Thanks for all your help, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know history enough to know that, but I wonder what or it's truly just that way. It's just Australia is just this place where everyone is amazing. So no one hesitates at life or beats around the bush in Australia.
I wonder too. I actually think it's more, they're being more serious. I think they are praising Australia and kind of going,
okay,
wouldn't it be nice if we could be more like them instead of the way that British is? Because it's the fall of the British Empire. It's the fall of things. And it's almost like Australia, like I was saying, kind of like rises above what Britain has kind of become.
Okay. All right. So, no, yeah. Let us know in the comments below that Ryan's right. Okay. So the next song is I'm just joking. Is side 2. Nathan, we're now done side 1. Side 2.
Okay.
Opens with the song Shangrila, and this song, Nathan, was actually their second single.
Oh, Shangrila.
Yeah. Opens side 2.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now that you've found your paradise, this is your kingdom to command.
Different
You can
tonals
go
altogether.
outside and polish your car, or sit by the fire in your Shangri-La. Here's your reward for working so hard. Gone are the lavatories in the backyard. Gone are the days when you dreamed of that car. You just want to sit in your Shangri-La. Put on your slippers and sit by the fire. You've reached your top and you just can't get any higher. You're in your place and you know where you are, in your Shangri-La. Sit back in your old rocking chair. You need not worry, you need not care. You can't go anywhere. Shangri-La. The little man who gets the train got a mortgage hanging over his head, but he's too scared to complain, 'cause he's conditioned that way.
He's brainwashed.
Time goes by and he pays off his debts. Got a TV set and a radio for 7 shillings a week. Shangri-La. Shangri-La. Shangri-La.
Nice.
Ooh.
All the houses in the street have got a name, 'cause all the houses in the street they look
Cool.
the
I love those
same.
chords.
Same chimney pot, same little car, same window panes. The neighbors call them saying things that you should know. They say their lies, they drink their tea and then they go. They tell your business in another
That was a great bridge.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
The drumming's the highlight of the song too.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? I don't know what they call it. That.
Fills?
Yeah.
You reach your top and you just can't get any higher. You're in your place and you know where you are. In your Shangri-La. Sit back in your old rocking chair. You need not worry, you need not care. You can go anywhere. Shangri-La.
I can't believe that was a single. I mean, not that it was an incredible song, but I thought back then they couldn't play like 5.5-minute songs for singles in the '60s. Or am I just misunderstanding what they?
There was like that requirement, right? We learned that in previous reactions about how there was a requirement for about 3.5 minutes, and they were like cutting it off. But I'm guessing by the end of the '60s, that requirement started to become, more relaxed. And then I don't know how popular the song was, right? Just because they released it doesn't mean it was like, oh yeah, played on the radio all the time. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I said I think it was popular.
Okay.
I would assume it was. I got to figure this song is a highlight. Well, it's a highlight on the album. This is a great way to open the.
Yeah. I would say the best song so far. Yeah.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I love that breakdown, that acoustic pickup speed of the acoustic, a fast acoustic strum. It's cool.
One of the things I'm picking up from the Kinks is they like using juxtaposition in their stuff, right? You've got on one side this like slow kind of moving song, just guitar, and then like bring in the horns, and then they slow it down, they change the tempo, they like bring in the chorus. Like the variety and juxtaposition is well done in this, so I really enjoy it.
Yeah, we just got in our YouTube chat from Ricardo. He said that "Hey Jude" in '68 was 7 minutes long.
Oh, yeah, that's.
I don't know. I disregard. I've made the comment before. I feel like we're told that DJs had to have it a certain way or something like that.
Well, I would, certainly the 50s and the early 60s. I bet that was kind of a standard, but it got less standardized, I'm guessing.
Maybe. And also from our Discord chat, people are saying this album did not do well. Wasn't really successful commercially, and the single as well. But it goes to show you that over time, of course, it's become the influence that it is and respected album that it is. But like some great pieces of art and work, it's not respected or recognized at the time of its release, maybe. At least stateside particularly, because it's very British. And those Yankees don't want to hear anything from Britain. Yeah.
Well, certainly not certain ones, but
yeah. All right. So the next song, Nathan, is "Mr. Churchill Says," and from our Discord chat as well, Garrett says this is when the World War II themes kick in, I think. So,
oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Who was Churchill again? I can't remember.
Well, Mr. Churchill said, Mr.
Just the
Churchill
Pope.
said,
Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta fight the bloody battle to the very end. Mr. Beaverbrook said, we gotta save our tin, and all the garden gates and empty cans are gonna make us
Yeah. Make those into bullets, right?
we shall defend our island on the land and on the sea.
this is his speech.
Shall fight them on the beaches.
Oh, right.
And in the field. We shall fight them
in the street.
That's right.
Never in the field of human conflict with so much old to so few. 'Cause they have made our British Empire a better place for me and you. And this was their finest hour. But Miss Montgomery says, and Miss Mountbatten says, we gotta fight the bloody battle to the very end. As Marilyn would say, we'll meet again someday. With all the sacrifices we must make before then.
Oh, it's my car alarm. Turn it off.
My wife's cooking in the kitchen. There you go.
Ooh.
Did you hear that plane flying overhead? There's a house on fire and someone lying dead. We gotta clean up the street. Get me back on my feet. Because I wanna be
Sounds like a 12 string? Electric 12 string?
Yeah, it sounds full.
Mr. Churchill said,
Weird, I'm hearing like the one snare or something in the left ear, and then the other
Yep.
drums in the right. Like it's
Separation, yeah.
it's like almost you're hearing the side that he's playing on the side that you're listening to.
Yeah. They mic differently, yeah.
well, Mr. Churchill said we gotta hold up our chins, we gotta show some courage and discipline. We gotta black out the windows, get up the doors, and keep right on till the end of the war.
Like a kid's song there.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
like
that's
the
fantastic.
ending of that one, yeah.
That was great. Boy, I was just thinking when the song was playing, I'm like, I have like there's no really bad songs. It's weird. This is one of those albums where everything, all the members from the musicians to the producer of the album to of course Ray Davies here, they're just firing on all cylinders. No matter what band, no matter what artist, it seems like there's usually an album or two, maybe sometimes they're lucky three, where they just seem to be hitting all the right marks, whether it's lyrically, musically, and everything. This album is just, you can tell this is a creative lightning in the bottle or peak or something for this young. He's 25 years old writing this stuff, these lyrics, changing his voices. I love how he changes his voice in the song. Like, is that a different person singing? Is it him singing the whole time, or am I misunderstanding? Like, it sounds like it goes low, high, and I'm just digging this guy. It just seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, I was just thinking as you're saying that, how cool it would, like we'd love to react to some live Kinks to see what they were look like live. It's nice to put a name to face and to see how they interact on stage. And I mean, clearly, if they'd 7 albums by this point, they would have done some live stuff. So there's got to be lots of live stuff out there to watch.
Probably Bad Teeth though.
Yeah, especially by today. Are any of these guys still alive? That's another question I have. You said
Ray Davies is. I actually checked. Great question. He is now. He's only, but it just seems like forever ago. But he's 77, so he may have been playing as recently as who knows when. He says he's still active, according to Wikipedia. That he maybe still does stuff. He was knighted in 2017.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
He's done some solo work. Yeah, anyways, good for him. I mean, just so Mr. Davies, if you're listening to our show, we'd love to talk to you.
And he probably is.
Oh yeah, he's live in the chat right now.
Yeah,
oh, there he is. Hey,
let's
Ray.
just wait for him to write something in the chat. We'll just wait.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait. So we're not gonna do any more reviews until he kicks in. All right. The next, we would love to talk to him though. That'd be amazing. Can you
That
imagine?
would be amazing. Yeah.
Next song is "She's Bought a Hat Like Princess Marina." Okay.
Okay.
She's bought a hat like Princess Marina.
Like the title of the
To
song.
wear at all her social affairs.
Harpsichord.
She wears it when she's
Right.
cleaning the windows. She wears it when she's scrubbing the stairs.
Oh.
But you will never see her at Ascot. She can't afford the time or the fare. But she's bought a hat like Princess Marina's. So she goes there. He's bought a hat like Anthony Eden, because it makes him feel like a lord.
Oh.
But he can't afford a Rolls or
Don't have a hat.
Bentley. He has to buy
It honked. You hear that? Honk,
Yeah.
honk.
He tries to feed his wife and his family and buy them clothes and shoes they can wear. But he's bought a hat like Anthony.
Yeah. Keep up with the Joneses is what this is about.
Yeah.
I gotta look like I have money when I don't.
But he can't spare me a dime. My wife is getting hungry and the kids are crying. This poverty is hurting my pride. But he can't spare me, but he can't spare me a dime. But he can't spare me a dime. But he can't spare me, but he can't spare me, but he can't spare me a dime.
Nice.
She's bought a hat
Yeah.
like Princess Marina, and her neighbors think it treats her a treat. But she hasn't any food in the larder. Knows anybody else in the street? But to look at her, you'd think she was wealthy, 'cause she smiles just like a real millionaire. But she's bought a hat like Princess Marina, so she does care. So she does care. She does care.
Great. I love it. That song would fit like a Broadway musical, you know?
Oh yeah. Good call. Yeah. It'd be like a
Perfect.
yeah. And what's great about the lyrics here is you really have to pay attention to what they're saying and read them to get the nuances here, because there's, like you said, you're picking up on the keeping up with the Joneses. You got to kind of read between the lines on I'd say most of this album to really make sure that you're catching what they're saying. I would wonder, this is a good question, how many people listened to this album and were like, oh yeah, it's a good song, and like didn't really pay attention to what it was saying, and when they read a little bit closer, they're like, oh, they're calling me out.
Yeah. Oh, I love those people. Yeah, you're look at that car, boy. What a beautiful car. You know, how are your kids doing? Or did you get them clothes to wear or what? And I'm not calling that out, but it's being a parent. You're a parent. Like, I always put my family first. Like, I don't care how I look. I don't care about hats and clothes and accessories. This is stupid stuff. Speaking of money, if you want to have us react to your reactions, come to our Patreon. All right.
Yeah.
So I can
buy a Welp hat.
I want to buy a hat like Prince Charles or whatever. All right.
Like Prince Ryan and
Prince
Ass Hat
Ryan,
Nathan.
Look
we
at
should
my
do that.
hat.
We should sell ass hats.
Hey, corn dog.
And
Okay.
corn dogs.
All right. What's next? What do we got next? We got Young and Innocent Days, Nathan. Remember those days?
Nope.
We were never innocent, but we
No.
were young.
We were young. Not so innocent.
Oh, it's a nice song.
At the way I used to look at life. Soft white dream with sugar coated outside. It was great, so great.
Great, just great, just great.
Great, just great.
Young and innocent days. I wish my eyes could only see everything exactly as it used to be. It's too late, so late. Young and innocent days. Young and innocent
Is that instrument? That higher pitch instrument?
Oh, the harpsichord? No.
Okay. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah.
Like the one that
That's-
sounds very fancy?
Like
harpsichord.
very
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's kind of the hoity-toity piano.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah.
and nothing ever can replace those great, so great, young and innocent days, young and innocent days.
Aw,
Now it's over.
I just miss being young.
Yeah.
Like you and I were best friends from grade 7 on, and we would just ride our bikes. It's just like, yeah, let's ride our bikes, Nathan. That's
Yeah.
all that mattered.
Yeah,
And do little
nothing-
jumps and
You had nothing else to like worry about. No.
nothing. Ugh. Why do we start life so carefree, and then we just die miserable? Should we be born with misery and die carefree? I don't know. Yeah.
You can. If you make some good choices.
Okay.
No, it's true.
Well, I know me, but you know what I mean. Yes, I mean, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, but it's hard to be not hard to be happy, but just being more self-aware of the world, of what's going on. Is like I didn't care about war and hunger and all. I was just a kid, you're just like, yeah, life's great, it's just, I don't know. That's what it means. It's carefree days, man. They're just carefree days.
We had a comment from Ricardo. It says using harpsichords was modern in mid to late 60s. Baroque pop. Baroque pop is the name of.
Oh, really?
It's kind of a trend. And then Jay made a comment. He says all Ray singing lead, brother Dave was the background.
Yes, that's right. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. So his brother's in the band?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay, I missed that.
Dave and Ray.
Oh, cool. Very cool. I had no idea.
So his brother Dave was Dave Davies?
Yeah, Dave Davies. Right there. Dave Davies, lead guitar, background vocals. Oh, he's cold lead vocal in Australia. Arthur, okay, which we haven't heard yet. Arthur. Yeah. Pete Quaife. He's the bass guitar.
Okay.
What's Keef? Queef? Isn't Queef?
And if there were some fans that were waiting for us to pronounce that, there you go. There's Ryan's pronunciation of that name.
All right, they've got John Dalton and Mick Avery. Sorry. Okay, what's next? What do we got?
I don't know. I'm just gonna play.
It's our first time using the word queef on this channel.
I got nothing to say.
Nothing to say, Nathan. Wow, he's going really low here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No time for talking, I got nothing to say. Those Sunday dinners that we had at home. Now I got a house and I got friends at my home. We can't do tomorrow what we did yesterday. It's best that we go our separate ways, okay? How are you children? Nothing to say. How's Auntie Mabel? Nothing to say. So far, Papa, I got nothing to say.
It's interesting. This fall theme of young and innocent days. Now you become a young adult and you got nothing to say to your parents.
Those happy days we spent together. We thought our love would never change. Ah, the days go by and things will never be the same.
You keep pretending that everything's fine. So you make small talk to help pass the time. But all the words that you spit from your face add up to nothing. You got nothing to say. How are those noisy neighbors next door? I'll have to go soon 'cause I'm getting bored. I gotta be home early to see you play. So far, Papa, I got nothing to say.
It's actually a very depressing song.
Yeah, that's the juxtaposition again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is your life insurance? Nothing to say. How's trade union? Nothing to say. How's your independence? Nothing to say. So far, Papa, I got nothing to say.
So I think in a way this really highlights those roots of punk, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at what punk is, it's basically like doo-wop sped up to like, times 10. And so you take kind of this happy kind of sounding music, speed it up, and then make it about kind of controversial topics. Well, that's punk. This is sort of not sped up, but the juxtaposition of the like happy sounding stuff with very like targeted jabs and almost like you were saying, very depressing content that, again, you got to listen to it and you got to like read the lyrics to know what they're actually saying. Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, his age, he's 25. So this is actually about his age now.
Yeah.
He's kind of speaking about himself now. Like, I have a 23-year-old son. My oldest son is 23 and a 21-year-old son. And, you know, it's funny, like, they're adults now and I would say they have nothing to say, but it's weird. Those days have gone by, you know, when you were like their hero at some point or whatever it was. It's just like, hey, how's life, son? How's your job? Nothing. Yeah. Hey, do you have any extra food? Okay, yeah, here you go. And when he said earlier in the song too, like, I've got to leave early because I got a play to attend. You know, like I got a movie to go to or whatever it is now. It's just interesting. It's like, yeah, you become, which is natural order of things. Don't get me wrong. I'm just speaking as a parent. You know, I did it to my parents too. You know, like, I'm just as guilty.
Mm-hmm.
But you move on to your own friends, your own house, your own life, and when you meet up with those parents that gave you everything growing up, they're like, I got nothing to say. So I think it's like a sequel to the Innocent song from before. Is like, he's reminiscing about those, you know, innocent days gone by. And now he's an adult himself, and that transitioning from childhood to adult, but he can't really connect with the parents anymore the way he used to.
Yeah. Oh, well said, Ryan.
Yeah, you know, that's why people come to our channel.
Yeah. Jay on YouTube said it's an upbeat depression.
There you go. I like it. Thanks, Jay.
All right. What's next?
Last song is Arthur.
Oh, title track.
I believe that is the character that we've been following in the on the album. We've been following his life, I think. So let's see how it ends here. Oh yeah, title track. You're right. Sorry. Yeah. So.
Arthur was born just a plain, simple man in a plain, simple working class position. The road was hard and its ways were sad. He was young and he had so much ambition. All the way he was overtaken by people who made decisions.
Oh, I feel like this kind of song was ripped off by so many bands. The way it flows.
Yeah.
If only life were easy, it could be such fun.
True. Life was easy. It would be fun.
Things would be more equal and be plenty for everyone. Arthur, the world's gonna pass you by, don't you know it? Don't you know it? You can cry all night, but it won't make it right, don't you know it? Don't you know it? Arthur, we know and we sympathize, don't you know it? Don't you know it? Arthur, we like you and want to help you. Somebody loves you, don't you know it?
Oh, what a great song.
How's your wife and Shangrila?
Call it the Shangrila.
Yep.
Open glorious, past your back, can't you see what the world is doing to ya? And now we see your children sailing off in the setting sun.
I think that was his brother singing that last verse. It sounded different.
Yeah. More background singer. They're pulling in all the themes from each of the songs here.
Yeah.
Don't you know it?
think it's his brother here. I think.
Don't you know it? Don't you know it?
He shares the lead vocals on the song.
Out there the world's gonna ask you why. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? You can cry all night, but it won't make it right. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? Don't you know it? Don't you know it? After we read you and understand you, after we like you and want to help you, ooh, we love you, want to help you, ooh, we love you, want
Oh wow,
to help
great ending.
Yeah.
ooh, we love you, want to help you, somebody loves you, don't you know it? Oh, we love you, want to help you, oh, we love you, want to help you, oh, we love you, want to help you, somebody loves you, don't you know it? Oh, we love you, want to help you, oh, we love you, want to help you, oh, we love you, want to help you, somebody loves you, don't you know it? Oh, we love you, want to help you, oh, we love you, want to help you, oh, we love you, want to help you, somebody loves you, don't you know it? Oh, we love you, want to help you, oh, we love you, want to help you, oh, we love you, want to help you, somebody loves you, don't you know it?
So, I mean, I don't think it's hard to figure this part out, but just putting two and two together here. Arthur kind of works well as obviously the metaphor for Britain or the UK. When you read
Mind blown.
right?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't think of that. So explain.
As you read through the lyrics there, it kind of fits. It's kind of, and that's why the theme of the album kind of follows that order. If you substitute Arthur for Britain, it thematically works. So I just figuring that out.
That's awesome. I love that song, by the way. What a great title track and a great way to close the album. They did everything I love in a song with the rockabilly. I don't know what the word is, but it's that foot tapping, gang chorus singing at the end. Don't you know it? I love it. I can sing along. I am singing along, and I
Almost
love
like
how,
Alabama a little bit. Like that's sort of
it's
the rock
weird
country kind of picked up on that vibe later on, right?
I feel like this album was ripped off by a lot of people, and I should say influenced. But I feel like this is 1969. I wonder if this must have been a revolutionary sound at the time, and I wonder, what bands, picked up the sounds, themes. There's just a couple times where I feel like I've heard this before, but I haven't heard this album, so it's been borrowed from other bands, which is, I guess, flattery, right? It's a form of flattery, and it's not a criticism of other bands, but you can sense where these guys have pioneered sounds and song structure, and
No, it's great. I definitely look forward to hearing more Kinks.
I do too. Richard, thank you so much for this wonderful journey. This is really what it was. I mean, this is why Nathan and I do this channel. It's old joking aside. I know we take Patreon requests, or else if we just took open-ended requests, we wouldn't be with our families. It would just be endless. So we appreciate this request, and I love it because people, I think when people pay money, the thing is, they're really saying, hey, this is an album you really need to listen to. Like, I'm not just going to say, oh, you got to listen to whatever. No, this is actually, I really feel strongly about this album. You need to listen to it. And I can see why now. This is one of those albums you got to hear before you die. And I'm glad I did. It's like historic. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. couple of comments came in. Great reaction, one of my all-time favorite albums from Velvet Head. And Jay says, I missed the first side. This Yank loves this British album. Just saying.
There you go. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Velvet. Yeah, we know it's a great reaction. We're kind of good that way. Yeah. You know,
This is not our first rodeo.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. Thanks so much, because I'm sure the crappy comments are coming. No, just so you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love those. If you start your comments with "just so you know," anyways. Thanks to everyone in our Discord as well. We appreciate it. Sorry, I'll stop.
And then begins the just so
no,
you know.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. Richard didn't pay for me to vent. I always vent. We got some love on Discord as well. So yeah, join our Discord. You can catch us live there. We don't live stream all our videos. We just started doing it. We're kind of liking how it's going. So if you don't want to come to Discord, we understand that. But we always stream live in Discord is what I'm saying, not on YouTube. So
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that was fun. That's great.
That's great. We hope to see you on the next